as I'm sure that many people have known, these days most movie people in Hollywood have thought of, you know what we could do? Let's make a video game into a movie. Now, as I'm sure you know, I mean, recently, last year, there was the Prince of Persia movie, which I think was this year or so, but who cares? Which I thought, personally, I think was okay. It wasn't great, but wasn't shit. So it was just, you know, it's alright. But that worked because it was more of a story then. Because the game itself, I've seen before, it's just a bit, I think it's set out in a movie, well I think it was one of the only few games that just looked a bit movie-ish. If you get what I mean, you know what I mean? When you play games sometimes, it just feels like a story, like a movie, more than a video game. And the interest of Prince of Persia, that was quite a good film. But I've got to say, a lot of it doesn't work. I've got to say, I mean, I'm not a video game man at all. I mean, I've said in my time that I think most video games are just, you know, stupid personally, and there isn't any point in playing a video game. I mean, you can play a video game at home if you want to, but I just find it it's a bit stupid really, and I just think, what's the point in paying that much money for a game where you can, I don't know, go outside or no, socialise and that a lot. But no, I'm not having a war against you video gamers, you know, because most people complain most of the time. But on that, I think a lot of movies that video games have tried to shove into our screen have all been, well, what's the word? Shit. Obviously, Tomb Raider, you know, it was a good video game for a few people, but absolute crap in the cinema. I mean, I've never seen a film that bad in my life. Well, apart from Shark's Tale, obviously. I mean, it was just so awful. The acting was wooden. I don't think it was even wooden. It's not even rock at all. And it was so shit. And then, of course, there was Resident Evil, which is complete crap. And then there's Doom, which is just a video game. You have to pay even more. You have to pay at the cinema to watch. It's complete rubbish. But the pinnacle of shit was 1991, or I reckon it was 1989. I don't give a fuck. I mean, now, if you know that everyone knows the game Super Mario Brothers. I think if you don't know Super Mario Brothers, you are a bit dumb. So they thought, you know what? That could be a good live action movie. Turns out, it's possibly the dumbest, stupidest, idiotic waste of space I've ever seen in my life. And I know I've said this before about many other films, i.e. Lion King and Lion King 3D for example, but for God's sakes, it wasn't even a movie when it was on a game, let alone it could work at the cinema. The acting is appalling. The script was shit. I mean, I've never seen a film that bad before. Not that bad. I mean, I've got to say, there were better films out than that. And believe you me, Batman and Robin was even better than that. And that was the worst Batman film of all time. So, overall, a rare case in video games, but now apparently they want to make Gears of War and Halo into a movie. For God's sakes, I've got to say, it's gonna be shit.